25-year-old redshirt sophomore Kevin Bush is nervous.
I haven't played in the game in 6 years. It's always been something like, I wish I could have gone here. It just didn't happen to work out that way out of high school.
Kevin Bush spent several years preparing for this moment. A moment he had dreamt about since high school. A dream, forced to remain in the dark recesses of his mind until now.
My first impression of Kevin was last year.
He was on scout team kickoff. You know, coaches said, make sure you guys give him a good look. So Kevin Bush ran down there and put someone's shoulder out of place on his first rep.
He hit him so hard, I was like, wow, this kid's for real.
Kevin Bush is not a typical sophomore. He is 2 years older than the second oldest player on Indiana's team. But the age gap is nowhere near as wide as the difference between the life he has led and those of his teammates.
Kevin never does anything the easy way. Kevin always takes the long road around for some reason.
As a boy, Kevin enjoyed team sports and was incredibly modest. His parents found out he was the starting quarterback in junior high by watching him take the first snap from under center. Homestead High School in Fort Wayne was where his dream of earning a football scholarship from Indiana first spawned. But the offer never came. Instead, Kevin walked on at Toledo.
I knew I wanted to play football, but I really didn't have any choices, and I wanted to try and play D1, so I chose to make that move.
And after playing on the scout team for a couple months, he called one day and said, I'm going to quit the team. And I said, all right, if that's what you want to do, but you need to spend the rest of the semester there, and finished.
Kevin finished the semester, then moved back home and took a job at Wayne Steel.
It was long days, 10-hour days on your feet the whole time. It was kind of eye-opening. It was one of those things like I really wasn't ready to, work for a living at this point in my life.
In the summer of 2005, Kevin made another decision without his parents' knowledge. He planned to leave Wayne Steel and Indiana altogether.
I found some information in his room from an Army recruiter.
I called him right away. I says, Kevin, is there something you want to tell me? I said, did you join the Army? And he said, yes, I did.
You're crazy. He's not going to join the Army without telling us.
It was history. I mean, he'd already put his name on the line, assuming he passed the physical. He was leaving.
What was that like?
After 3 months in basic training and a 12-month tour in Korea, Kevin returned to the U.S. and was assigned to the 101st Airborne Division as an infantry soldier. 8 months of training prepared him for deployment to Iraq in September 2007 for a 14-month tour.
That 14 months was like suspended animation. You do what you're supposed to do, and you go to work and you come home, but your mind is never on work or home or anything else. Your mind is always on where he is he safe, is everything okay?
Stationed in northern Iraq, Bush's responsibility was to maintain security. By July 2008, Kevin and his fellow soldiers patrolled the region in heavily armored vehicles, designed to protect them from IEDs, improvised explosive devices. To help pass the time on patrol, Kevin listened to music.
I had my iPod on, and you really just put it to shuffle, and whatever plays. It was James Taylor, and it was a Fire and Rain song. I remember the chorus, and then boom. We drove over a pressure-sensitive IED. If it weren't for that truck, I don't know where if I'd be sitting here telling the story.
Kevin suffered minor bumps and bruises, But the blast sharpened his focus towards returning home to Indiana and fulfilling his high school dream. In November 2008, after 4 sobering years of military service, Kevin Bush was ready to play football again.
If you set your mind to something, you need to finish, or else you're cheating yourself. I don't want to look back tomorrow and say if I would have tried harder, maybe I would have got this much out of it, or if I would have worked out that much better or put that much more effort into it, then where could I be now?
Through the GI Bill, Bush was admitted to Indiana and started taking classes in 2009. Coach Bill Lynch offered him a chance to walk on, and since that first scout team hit, Kevin has earned his way onto the depth chart as a contributor at both defensive end and special teams.
When you have someone who's gone through what he has in the military, comes here and is the hardest working guy on the team, this football team has rallied around him in a lot of ways, and they really look at him as a leader.
Sometimes I'll step back and think about it.
Oh, here they come, baby.
It's like, wow, actually pulled it off.
Kevin Bush getting ready for his first action for the Indiana Hoosiers.
I'm having fun with it, and I couldn't have asked for it to work out any other way. It's not just about getting here, now I gotta follow through and make an impact and do what I can to contribute.
Kevin Bush blocks it.
A great job there by Kevin Bush, getting in the backfield, getting his hands on that.
Indiana defeats Towson 51-17.
Good, it was good. A little shaky at times, but yeah, it's been a few years, but it was good, it was fun.